chaos out here in Denver kicking up dust. How y'all doing tonight? Um, so yes, it's been a very busy day today. Um, if y'all don't know, the Raiders went out and got a quarterback. Yep, Jimmy G string. You're gonna end up hearing that a lot. Um, so yeah, Jarrett Stidham is now a member of the Denver Broncos. Yes, that one hurt a little bit. That was my guy. So yeah, yes. So Jimmy G. Let's go over this contract real fast. It is a 3-year deal. 67. Let's see. Come on. Where is it? Sorry, guys. Almost there, almost there. There we are. Okay. Raiders signing Jimmy G, quarterback, former quarterback of the um, San Francisco Whiners, to a 3-year deal, $67.5 million over the course of the 3 years. That deal includes $34 million guaranteed. Garoppolo is 31, former second round pick of the Patriots back in 2014. The Patriots traded him to the 49ers in 2017 at the trade deadline in return for a 2018 second round pick. Garoppolo was in line to be an unrestricted free agent when the Niners signed him to a 5-year deal, $137.5 million contract during 2018. So in 2022, Garoppolo appeared in 11 games for the 49ers and completed 67.2% of his pass attempts, which is a little bit better than uh, Derek Carr. Uh, but only throwing for 2,437 yards and 16 touchdowns and only 4 interceptions. That does not sound like DC. He's added 23 rushes for 33 yards and 2 touchdowns. Definitely not DC. Um, so basically, what you're looking at, guys, is we benched Carr at the end of last season. He could not play up to par. Um, put in Jarrett Stidham. Jarrett Stidham looked promising the first game. We totally got destroyed the second game against the Chiefs. Whatever, it's the Chiefs, best team of football. Just won the Super Bowl. So whatever. Um, I was thinking that they were going to re-sign Stidham. I know they were in talks, but they did not do that. I guess they couldn't reach a deal. He literally went to Denver for 2 years, $10 million. We couldn't give that guy $10 million to be a starting quarterback. Now he's gonna go sit behind uh, Rusty Wilson. Come on, guys. Come on. Come on. But Jimmy Garoppolo, yes. I cannot hate the fact that we got him. Uh, Let me look up something real fast. Um, Way more of a winner than Carr ever was. Crap. Where did that go? Can you post up that question one more time? Okay. Yes. Yes, Andrea. Hopefully, $4 million guaranteed to win us a game. Yes, I am hoping so. If we're gonna pay him that much money, I want to win a playoff game. I want to win a playoff game. Okay, Elijah, good question. Shout out to you. Um, in your opinion, what do you think the Raiders should do differently as a team to be a playoff contender for this upcoming season? Okay, so look, with Carr out of the picture, this is the first time in freaking 20 years that we can spend money on defense to win a game. And look what we did. Okay, look what we did. We needed So we signed Jimmy G, which is $20 million cheaper than Derek Carr to save us some money. And then we go out and we get a safety, a freaking safety. Yes, not a defensive tackle, which most of the good ones are off the board, except for Dalvin Tomlinson with the Vikings. Okay. Not Bobby Wagner, not Edmonds, the former Bill. Not we didn't go out and get any big names besides Jimmy G on the offensive side of the ball. We did not re-sign Denzel Perryman, which whatever. He's up there in age. He might be asking for too much. Um, and his health is an issue. We did not re-sign safety Deron Harmon, which I think we should have. That would have been really nice. Even though he's up there in age, his productivity last year was phenomenal. Before I go any further, Jimmy Garoppolo is 40-17 as a starter in his career. Derek Carr is not that. Um, Jimmy has at least won some playoff games, so we have that on our side. He's been to a Super Bowl. Whatever. It was a while ago. It doesn't matter anymore. We're paying players to um, we're paying them to play how they're gonna play in the future, not how they played in the past. Jameis Winston, hold on. Let's see. Got to keep up on the news, man. Got to keep up on the news. Yes. Come on. Saints are re-signing Jameis Winston to 1 year, $8 million deal. Wow. So he's Jameis Winston just became the highest paid backup quarterback. If Jared Stidham would have just stayed, he probably would have had a shot at becoming a starter this year. Does that mean we're moving up in the draft? Do not know. Does that mean we're staying where we're at number 7 in the 2023 uh, draft? We don't know. Does that mean we're going to trade back? I don't know. So put in your comments right now, like, what would you like them to do with the number 7? Do you think we should move up to try to get CJ Stroud, which you're probably gonna have to get to at least 2 to get your guy? Or do we stay where we're at and play it safe and see who falls, whether that be a defensive player, offensive player, quarterback, corner, safety, whatever it is? Or do we trade back to get more picks? Me personally, what I would do, what I think they should do at this point, if you're going to go out and sign a safety for freaking 2 years, $12 million, I think you should trade back to get more picks. That's just me playing GM. But what do you think? What would you do? The number 7 pick is with the number 7 pick, you are literally right outside of where you want to be and not really back far enough to trade up, I guess. I don't know. Um, whatever. Um, so after we signed him, we signed uh, we signed safety Marcus Epps, the former Eagle, to a 2-year, $12 million deal. So those are the two big moves of the day. Epps, 27, age 27, was selected in the sixth round by the Vikings out of Wyoming in 2019. He later agreed to a 4-year deal, $2.7 million contract with Minnesota before being waived and claimed by the Eagles. Epps played out the final year of his rookie contract and was testing free agency. You are very right. We should know better. Come on, man. Elijah Delgado said, more picks. Come on, Raiders. Should know better than that. LOL. Good job. You're, yes, more picks. I think you should trade back, get more picks. You can still get Hendon Hooker in the second round, and then whatever pick you fall to in the first, you get the best defensive player available. Me personally, I would go after the top corner and then get Hooker in the second round. So then you have somebody to back up Jimmy G, because you definitely don't want Chase Garbers right behind Jimmy G. And then after that, you go all defense the rest of the way. Maybe grab a guard or a tackle in the mid rounds. But that's what I would do. Now let's go back. Let's go. Let's list all the players that are off the board right now. Um, where is it at? Stop it. Okay. Okay. Orlando Brown, number one, offensive tackle, Kansas City, age 27. Um, Marcus Davenport, edge, out of New Orleans, age 26. Bobby Wagner. Look, right now, tomorrow. Yes, Andre Whittle said, building with the future in mind. Yes. So when you're trying to build for the future, you're definitely trying to grab young talent. Um, That's why I'm not mad at the fact that they moved on from safety Deron Harmon, even though he was a perfect fit for the Raiders. Um, he had like 3 picks last year. He had a pick 6. I really wanted them to resign him. Even at his age, he was really good. He actually saved us in overtime against the Cardinals, knocked some dude out of bounds to give Derek Carr the ball back, where then Hunter Renfro fumbled and we lost the ball, even though it should have been a um, helmet to helmet. Whatever. We don't get those calls. But I really want them to go out and make a splash tomorrow. Um, I remember the same feeling last year. Dang, nothing happened day one. Day two, dang, nothing happened. Day three, I was banging my head against the wall. Freaking sign somebody. Go out and build your defense. Go out and get somebody. And then finally, we traded for Yannick Gakwe, um, and got Rocky Sin. And then we got Chandler Jones. And then it was we traded for Devontae Adams. But my big name that I want right now, Bobby Wagner, linebacker, former LA Ram, age 33. Now you can go out and get this guy at a decent price. Today, out of all the contracts, the position group that was kind of getting screwed out of money was the linebackers. So guess what? Right now is the perfect time. You want to make a splash, you want to get some fans back into the stadium, go out and get linebacker Bobby Wagner. That's what I would do. And I heard some sources say that the Seahawks might try to grab him, but that would be a good pickup. Um, The other guy that you definitely have to go out and get, you have to build the interior of the defense. Right now, the best defensive lineman, excuse me, on the board right now is Dalvin Tomlinson. So I don't know what's up with Minnesota, but Dalvin Tomlinson is the best defensive lineman right now. Age 29. Yes, he's up there a little bit, but still, you could probably get this guy for a 3-year deal. Give him whatever he wants. We got the money to spend. No more crying over, oh, we don't have the money. Oh, we still got this guy. Oh, this guy's overpaid. You know what? Right now, you could spend the money. You could splash. Come on now. Go out and splurge. Get a defensive lineman. If you went out and got Dalvin Tomlinson and then you stayed at number 7 and you picked up Jalen Carter, the best defensive lineman in the draft right now, dude, that would be a hell of an O line or defensive line. Sorry. And then you would have your future building with the future in mind. Um, just imagine Chandler Jones, Dalvin Tomlinson, Max Crosby on the other end, and then you draft Jalen Carter to be right next to Dalvin Tomlinson. Dude, now Mahomes can run for his life. Now you can chase his ass. Now you can knock his teeth in. Now you can go after and lay out Russell Wilson. Now you can hit Herbert as hard as you want and make him cry and hurt his ribs, and so he's out for a couple games. That's what I would do. Other big names that are out there, we have Jacoby Myers, the wide receiver from New England. He's still young. We definitely don't need a wide receiver. James Bradbury. So, some things that have happened today. Um, yes, Elijah, I do think that the defensive lineman would be. Um, I think defensively, that is the first step. There's we have a long way to go to become contenders, but if you get some pressure in the middle, which we did not have last year, if you get somebody that can get in the middle to get straight after the quarterback, then you don't have to wait that long to get Chandler Jones and and Max Crosby in there. If you do that, I don't care what quarterback is back there, they don't have anywhere to run. If you get somebody to go straight at Mahomes and then Max Crosby's coming out the end, he ain't going anywhere. The same for Russell Wilson. He's getting old, dude. He's gonna get slapped in the face by Max Crosby if you have somebody putting pressure up the middle. The problem last year was it took so long for Jones and Crosby to get to the quarterback because there was no pressure up the middle. If you get pressure up the middle with somebody, dude, by the time the quarterback turns around, boom, he's gonna be laid out by Max Crosby. Yes, that is the first step. And the other reason why it's so important to get that pressure in the middle is because then your corners, it doesn't matter how good or bad they are, the corners don't have to cover for an hour and a half while you're trying to get pressure on the quarterback. You could get if you get somebody up in the middle, boom, that quarterback has 2 seconds to throw the ball. He's either going to go down or he's going to throw a pick. And I'm telling you right now, with Crosby and somebody in the middle, that quarterback, I don't care who it is, they're getting laid out. You think it's financially possible for the Raiders to do whatever they need to become playoff contenders this year? I think um, I think right now they have um, the perfect amount of money to get 1 or 2 splash players on the defense and be set. Then you could draft whoever you want. Uh, that's why I would have thrown the bag at a defensive lineman and then a linebacker, or a defensive lineman and then a top corner. I wouldn't have started in the back with the safety because the safety is literally like the last line of defense. Um, The safety picks up the corner's slack. Now, if you're paying a guy, now if they would have thrown the bag at like Jesse Bates or whatever, um, he's a little bit younger than that. uh, He's really good, but we still have to sign. We still have to re-sign Jermaine Illuminor because right tackle has been an issue these last few years. I don't know line. Some other big names out there are Odell Beckham Jr., Jadavian Clowney, uh, Frank Clark, overrated. Levante David, now that's another guy that could come in and be a good safety for us. Problem is his age, but he's still durable. Uh, Fletcher Cox from uh, defensive lineman from the Eagles. What happened today was the Eagles are dismantling their their Super Bowl contending team, their defense. So they have Darius Slay that they're getting ready that they're thinking about trading. They have James Bradbury who they haven't re-signed. Fletcher Cox is on their defensive line. He has not been re-signed. Probably won't. They re-signed Brandon Graham, the defensive end. They let go of TJ Edwards, their linebacker. Sorry, guys. Excuse me. So all their all stars on defense right now, they can't afford to keep. So um, if we were to get a corner right now, I would go after. So James Dean got re-signed by the Bucks. He was like the number one corner in free agency. He's off the board. You still got James Bradbury from the Eagles. You have Emmanuel Mosley from San Francisco 49ers. He's kind of young. He's 27. Sean Murphy Bunting from Tampa Bay. Now, since James Dean did not get re-signed, or since James Dean got re-signed, Sean Murphy Bunting, we'll just call him SMB for short. He's young. He's 26. Um, he's rated 23 on this list still. Um, I mean, that's another guy you could go out and get. He probably won't cost as much as James Bradbury. Let's see who else. Marcus Peters, Baltimore, 30. He's actually from. He's I think he's from Cali. He probably wants to be a Raider. Shaq Griffin from Seahawks, 28. No, I'm not really. I don't really have a lot of information on him. I don't know how good he is. Byron Murphy, age 25, from Arizona Cardinals. I mean, Rocky Sin, you could still re-sign him if you wanted to. Ronald Darby from Denver, he's age 29. He's still out there. Um, but me personally, my number one go-to right now would be Delvin Tomlinson. Throw the bag at him, get some pressure on the quarterback, let Max Crosby and Chandler Jones eat their hearts out, draft a corner in the this year's upcoming draft. And yeah, that way he's young. He can still keep up with whoever he's covering, and he doesn't have to sit there for an hour and a half trying to cover while we get pressure and let these dudes just make a tent in the pocket. Um, how do you guys feel about the signings that have happened all over the NFL today? Let me know down in the comments. Right now, if I could, I would sign Dalvin Tomlinson. Or if you're trying to be sneaky under the radar, you could still get, I mean, Draymond Jones from Denver. He's age 26. Uh, we could still sign. We could Las Vegas could still sign Andrew Billings. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Andrea Whittle. Too bad we can't bring Elway on. Hey, you know what? Those are fighting words. Those are fighting words. Do you want to fight? You don't want to fight. Appreciate the comment though. There's still some other under the radar defensive linemen. There's where to go? Sean Robinson, age 28 from LA Rams. There's Matt Leonidas from Carolina, age 29. Um, Shelby Harris just got released. Calais Campbell from Baltimore just got released. I mean, if these guys still want to play, dang, Calais Campbell's 37. That's a no. That's a no no. No no. Um, so yeah, I just had to come on here and vent. If you're just tuning in, and you have not paid attention to any of the news happening around the NFL today, Jared Stidham is no longer a Raider. He is a Bronco. Uh, we signed Jimmy Garoppolo for 3 years. We re-signed a safety, or we didn't re-sign him, but we signed uh, Chris Epps to a 2-year deal, $12 million. Um, listen, we still have holes on this roster. We still need a defense. Uh, if you can't get Bradbury at a good price, you can always trade for Darius Slay. He's really good. You could take some of his salary and turn it into a signing bonus to create cap space. Um, man, we still need linebackers. We still need corners. We just got a safety. I mean, we got to do something. We got to do something. Puna Ford from Seattle. Gosh, Zach Allen just the, listen. The Raiders were only 83 for 200 for third down. What do you think they should do differently to make them more successful? Give me a percentage. Give me a percentage, Elijah. Uh, oh, Bob Money. I'm gonna be honest with you. Guys got a big downgrade with Jimmy Garoppolo. Um, Bob, you may be right. After 9 years of driving that car, I am definitely okay with it. I am okay with having somebody different. Um, I am okay with having somebody with different skill sets. Um, I'm okay with having somebody that's actually done something in this league. Yeah, I'm okay with Jimmy G. I'm not mad. Um, 41%. Good job, Elijah. Okay, 41%. I think when you're running the ball good, you run the ball on 3rd and 1. Um, if you're throwing the ball good, you do short little passes, man. You don't try to throw it down 40 yards to Devontae Adams, and so him and Hunter Renfro can run into each other and embarrass us. Should win. They should at least have over 50%, even 60. So what do you think they should do? If the Raiders should win, they should at least have over 50% or even 60%. So what do you think they should do? You know, I think um I think Jimmy Garoppolo could read a field better than Derek Carr. I really do. I think that's going to help out. I think one thing that's gonna help him out is I think that they are going to, um, fix the O-line and make it better than it was last year. Um, I think they I think Jimmy Garoppolo having the protection is gonna give him time. But I think honestly, we're gonna run the ball just as well as we did last year, if not better. Um, because the first few games, we didn't run the ball that much. We didn't run the ball all that many times. Josh McDaniels just kind of got pass happy, boom, 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 and he didn't run the ball. He didn't really know what he had in Josh Jacobs. Once he did know that he had what he had in Josh Jacobs, that was our identity. We ran the ball like hell, and Josh Jacobs led the league in rushing. I think I think Josh Jacobs could do the same thing again, if he stays healthy for the full 17 games. I think he could. I think the only reason why he hasn't before last year was because he's been injury prone. Last year, he said stayed healthy. Even at the end of the year, he said, "Hey, look, there's been games where I didn't even come out without a scratch." So I think he's gonna be ready to go again. I think he's gonna run like a bat out of hell again, and I think we could lead the league in rushing again. Andrea said, "One thing Carr did teach the team is when the tires go flat, run." I like that. Good job. Elijah said, "Since they have Jimmy, I'm pretty sure they'll rotate plays around the quarterback because they already have a star running back and star wide receiver. So, do you think that'll be a good move if they theoretically rotate around Jimmy G? Rotate? What do you mean by rotate around Jimmy G? Like rotate the type of plays, or um, or rotate between running the ball and throwing?" I think Jimmy G is walking into a beast ass offense. If Hunter stays healthy, Waller stays healthy, Adams is there, I think Jimmy G is going to do great. The only thing, yes, I think rotating the plays around Jimmy G is going to be great. The thing about Jimmy G, though, is he understands the Josh McDaniels system. That's one reason why we went out and got him. Um, the only other person out there, well, there's a few people that know the system, like Jimmy G. One of them is Jacoby Brissett. The other one is Jared Stidham, which now my boy Jared Stidham is off to be a donkey for the rest of his career, probably. Um, Mac Jones understands the offense, but we're definitely not going to trade for him. So yes, rotating the plays, I think that's a great idea. Sorry, guys, my mouth is dry. Um, so name a big name free agent out there you think the Raiders should go and grab. Who do you think is out there that we should get? I've given my two pennies. I want to hear your guys' thoughts. We know Rodgers ain't coming. Uh, Jalen Ramsey went to the Dolphins. Dang, that we could have got Jalen Ramsey. The Dolphins are building um, a crazy defense down there in Miami. They got Jalen Ramsey now. They got, who was the other guy? Dun, dun, dun. The Dolphins made a move for somebody today. Um, does anybody in the chat know who the Dolphins got today? Uh, sorry guys. I'm telling you right now, Derek Carr went to the best division he could because I was I was telling people that he does not want to go to the Jets, no matter how good their defense is. The Jets still have to play the Bills twice. They have to play Belichick twice, and they have to play the Dolphins twice. Texans went out and got yeah, who was it? Oh, the Dolphins also got a backup quarterback today. Oh man, I lied. I lied. I can't believe I lied. The Dolphins signed quarterback Mike White, former Jet, for a 2-year deal up to $16 million. I don't know, man. If Tua can't stay healthy, they might start Mike White. Gosh, I still can't believe that. You know what's really funny is watching Denver spend money on their O line. You want to know why that's funny? Because Russell Wilson is not tall enough to see over his linemen or the defensive linemen. So literally, they're paying all these guys millions of dollars for him to go whoop and outside the pocket to throw down the field. What good is all that money that he spent? He, Russell Wilson does not stand in the pocket. So I thought that was hilarious. I don't know if anybody else did. I did. So today was a crazy day, dude. So out of all the defensive positions that we had to fill, the Raiders do some bullshit. Dude, another defensive tackle off the board. Draymond Jones, the former Broncos, heading to the Seahawks after uh, the Seahawks released Shelby Harris. Now, look, another defensive player um, breaking Vikings signing defensive end Marcus Davenport to a 1-year, $13 million deal. Dude, the Texans are signing defensive back Jimmy Ward, the former safety for the San Francisco Whiners. Sorry, Bob. Such a name. Andre, go Seahawks. Yay. Go Seahawks. Broncos signed defensive lineman Zach Allen, another defensive lineman off the board. Literally, everybody and their baby mama has signed a freaking defensive lineman except for us, the Raiders. Andre Whittle says it wouldn't be typical of the Raiders to keep fans on their toes in typical Raider fashion. Yes, that is true. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Okay. Dude, I can't believe this. Another one? Jets converting $6 million of defensive lineman John Franklin Myers' base salary into signing bonus. See, guys, listen. If your team does not have the cap space to buy players in free agency, guess what? All you do to restructure a player's contract is to turn some of their salary into a signing bonus. Boom. You give them like a $10 million signing bonus. Boom. That $10 million clears up, goes to your cap space. It's really not that hard. Look, Bills create $32 million of cap space by reworking Josh Allen and Von Miller's deals. 32 million just by reworking two contracts. And you're gonna tell me we couldn't go out there and get Javon Hargrave, 4 years, $80 million, dude? Like seriously? Wow, this is crazy, man. This is crazy, dude. What? Like all I want right now is to wake up tomorrow morning and have good news um, on ESPN. I just want to see good tweets. I just want to see tweets of like, oh, we re-signed Mac Jones, wide receiver. Oh, um, we picked up Dalvin Tomlinson. Oh, we picked up Bobby Wagner. Something. Jeez, man, this is crazy. There are rumors from Seattle. You think the Raiders will land him if this move happens? Okay, Elijah, this move has already happened. Okay, so Shelby Harris is already released, and that's why they went out and signed Draymond Jones, former Bronco. Is they were like correlating moves. This happened earlier. Calais Campbell got released from the Ravens, the 37-year-old. He's 37 and he's a ginormous freaking lineman. Um, I don't know if the Raiders would bring him back. He was already a Raider. Um, I think when he left us, he went to the Broncos, and then he went to the Bucks. He's been around. He's a defensive hoe. He's been around to a few teams, I think, including the Jets. Um, I mean, it would be a solid guy to go and pick up. Would the Raiders do it in Raider fashion? I doubt it. So yes, people, players, fans, um, holla at your boy, Raider Chaos. Uh, yeah. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. I do drop hilarious, funny reaction videos um, that you could probably um, find hilarious if you subscribe. The other thing I want you to do is hit them notes, those notifications, so that when we do go live or we do post, um, that you are in the loop. You don't want to be the fifth wheel left out of the loop. You can follow us on Instagram. You can follow us on Facebook once it gets back up. You could follow us on Twitter. Uh, Listen, tomorrow, if big news happens, I will go live tomorrow night. Draymond Jones. Draymond Jones going to the Seahawks. Yeah. which we already knew. Come on, man. We need Bobby Wagner. We need Bobby Wagner. Listen, we need Bobby Wagner. We need a big stud right in the middle. We need Bobby Wagner. We need Dalvin Tomlinson. You get us those two guys. I think it will be a different defense. I think it will be a different defense. I just get pressure up the middle. You get an All Pro linebacker. I think we're headed in the right direction. Problem right now is the way Dave Ziegler and Josh McDaniels like to work. They're like low key dudes. They're low key. We don't know which direction they're going. They're going somewhere. And yes, I understand people. Josh McDaniels is not the best coach. All I want is now that they have their quarterback, now they could build their defense, and um, we don't have to listen to their excuses. Okay, I'm tired of, oh, we can't win because uh, we don't have a number one wide receiver. Then we go out and get Devontae Adams. Oh, we couldn't win because of our defense. Oh, we couldn't win because of this. Oh, we couldn't win because of that. Blah blah blah. So we need defense. We have the money to spend. Let's spend the damn money. Let's fill these holes. Let's trade back in the draft. Let's get Hendon Hooker. Way more accurate than Anthony Richardson. I'm telling you right now. Yes, Anthony Richardson could jump up 12 feet in the air. Yes, he could run as fast as half the wide receivers coming out of the draft. But you know what? None of that shit matters. How accurate are you? I want Hendon Hooker. Let's trade back for extra picks. Let's get the um, best defensive player available in number one as we trade back. In round number two, let's get Hendon Hooker and the rest defense. Let's get another linebacker. Let's get another safety. Um, let's get another lineman. Let's get another edge. Um, so, yes, that's where I'm at. I just came on here. I just wanted to vent. It was a crazy day. You know, the Raiders were doing that same old Raider bullshit where we have to wait and wait and wait, bite our fingernails, wait and wait and wait. And then finally there's a move made. Hopefully that move gets made tomorrow. um, but yeah, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I love you guys. Leave your questions, comments, concerns down there in the um, comment section. All right. You guys have a great night. Um, and if there is any major news, I will catch you on the flip side of tomorrow. I'll probably go live at about the same time tomorrow night. If I do go live, man, turn on those notes, hit those notifications, and hit those subscribe buttons, hit those thumbs up, hit those thumbs, press those subs, turn on those notes. All right. Good night, guys. Have a good night, Raider Nation. How about your boy, Raider Chaos?